Hey guys, it's Deborah Robinson, aka Lily Rose, and I am back here in my home in Palm Beach, Florida. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about my fashion career. Now, I've talked to you about my book, but I spent a lot of time working in the business, a long time. And there's a lot to the business that a lot of people don't understand. And today I just want to talk to you a little bit about watches and the stories behind the purchase and the way it got there. First, I want to talk to you about this watch. Now, this is a beautiful watch from Harry Winston, but the real story behind this, now this is a beautiful piece. This would be a very expensive watch now, but it's been around a long time. It's a vintage piece. And the story behind it, and I'll put it up here so you can really take a look, is that a wonderful best friend of mine who had an incredible store, and she also was a watch dealer, diamond dealer, and also had wonderful clothes, real fashion woman. So she always wore this watch. All the years I knew her, she would wear this one. She had plenty of others, but she wore this a lot. And so one day I was in her store, and sometimes when I was in Connecticut and New York, I would not always have all my jewelry with me. So I asked her, well, you know, could I borrow a watch for tonight? And she said, sure, you know, so she was wearing this watch, the one I have on. She showed me a couple of other fabulous watches and whatever. And so I said, well, what about the Harry Winston? She said, sure, you know, you can wear it. So she took it off, she handed it to me. And she says, you want to buy it? And I have to say, this woman would sell you the whatever she had to sell, she'd sell it. She'd sell you a fixture out of the store if you wanted it. And so I said, well, you know, Diane, I can't really take that. I said, you know, that it's you. And I said, aren't you going to miss it? I said, are you married to it? She said, oh, no, I'm not married to it. You know, I'm only engaged. You know, I have so many other, I don't care. You know, you want to buy it? I said, yeah, I'll buy it. So she gave me a reduced price. But the funny part about the story and the great love of the watch is that a few weeks later, I go back into the store and, you know, I'm sitting around chatting. It was one of those stores where we all sat around and drank coffee and had a great time and, you know, enjoyed ourselves. So she says, how you liking the watch? And I said, oh, I like it fine. I think I had it on that day. And she said, well, you know, I told you I was going to buy you a new band, but I just want you to know, I want you to know that I sold that watch to you for such a ridiculously low price. She said, I'm not buying you a new band for the watch because it's an older band. I said, Diane, I'm not changing the band anyway because you know what? I always want to wear a piece of Diane is always with me. It's Harry Winston, great brand, but you can buy something that's, you know, but try to have meaning with things. And to tell you a little bit about the watch, now first of all, let me explain to you, I am not a watch dealer. I do not know a lot about watches, but I know what I like. And that's what's important. Always remember, it's about what you like and what looks good on you. Now, what I loved about this watch in the beginning, first of all, obviously I'm a diamond girl, I loved all the diamonds. And if you look, it has incredible diamonds on it. And I also like the black band. I like the juxtaposition. I like the juxtaposition of the diamonds against a black band or any other band that you wanted to wear with it, but mostly black. This is a fabulous watch, and it's also an iconic brand and something that if you really want to spend something on a big purchase, something like this is certainly worth it. And I probably wear it a lot with jeans. I wear it with everything. I've got on black jeans today and a t-shirt, and here it is. So that's why I wear that.